is a spotlight on Gabriele Dell'Otto. He is one. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. Some of the best covers in the game right now. Do you want to tell them, give them a brief overview of what you have been working on, what you are working on before we get into it?
You have to speak slow.
Okay.
My English is not so impressive.
Do an overview of what you've been working on and are currently working on. Currently, like what you're doing right now.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe the first thing, I'm very happy to come back after 13 years. I missed from the States. The last time was a long time ago. And I'm very happy that during these years I met a lot of friends during the cons and during my business. I think I don't know if we can speak about success, but I think the loves about fans love about my work. I think is probably because I take care a lot about my job and my cover work, especially because I'm an illustrator, not a comic artist.
Right.
So sometimes I worked on the comic industries as a comic artist. I worked on Secret War or Wolverine, Domino, Sex and Violence, family business, but very, very few comics, okay? Because my cup of tea is the covers, art covers.
They're amazing.
Okay? And I try to do my best, always.
I think it's working. It's working, right, guys?
And I have to thank retailers, especially in the last years, because I work for Marvel, DC, and other publishers. But I think in 10 years, a lot of good friends of us, retailers, especially US, but Canadian and European, asked me for what they call variants. So yes. I am a variant artist, cover artist, and I don't know. Maybe I mean always these kind of projects like variants, like something more for my fans, something more. I don't know, because usually I started in '98 in Italy, in Europe, especially in Germany, the first years, and after in France, and after I came back to Italy, the comic industries. I remember a lot of comics from US as good story, good artist, but not so good covers. So the people showed me my heart and say, okay, we can try to do something different. Variant was less variant, but it was a special edition for Comic-Cons.
Yeah.
So I started with Germany for some important conventions.
Doing exclusives.
Yes, exclusive, and was very, very good, because in that way I was very young and I was very excited because I think I draw from I was really, really young. I think I don't remember when I started, because I always draw in my life. It was probably my method to communicate with the other guys, with the other children. So it started in that way. I was very shy. For me, it was impossible to speak in front of people, and I was very shy. But this kind of passion, for me, was really, really important when I grew up. So when I arrived in the '98, my wife, my girlfriend, now my wife, obligated me to bring my heart to the editor-in-chief in Italy,
Right.
in Rome, and started everything.
That's a good wife.
Good wife,
Yeah.
yes. The good wife is the right wife. Mine is the right wife. Yes, and she obligated me to come back in the States this year.
We all have to say thank you to his
Yes,
wife.
yes, always, always, yes, because I'm a little bit not big and not lazy, but I worried always have trip too long because I have 3 kids, no more kids now. Oh, sorry. But I prefer stay at home at work to give you heart. I'm not so interesting. I'm not so.
This is very interesting.
No. I prefer. I'm always. I love always the people ask me picture and the answer. I'm not an actor. I'm just a comic drawer, a comic artist. So, without kidding, I'm very happy to be here, and I have to thanks all people that follow me in these years, especially people like Daniel Scott that convinced my wife to obligate me because for 4 years he asked me to come here, and I have to thank Daniel too. So this is a little panorama. Okay, this is a little history of my life.
What would you say is your biggest influences when you first got into illustrating?
Yeah, okay. I have a lot of when I was young, I had a lot of influences from classic art, from ancient age, like Caravaggio, and but one of my best inspiration, it comes from here, from the States. It's Norman Rockwell.
Ooh.
For me, he's one of the best illustrator ever after Caravaggio. He was not an illustrator, and because he has got a real talent. He has got one talent that is not easy to find in an artist.
Yeah.
He always painted the beauty in the. I don't know if it's right. The word in English, quotidianità, every day.
Yeah.
Okay, your life every day, and I think in that period of when Norman lives was not so easy because there were a lot of issues about politics, about religion, about races, and always he painted a piece of heart and heart, and for me it was a great inspiration when I found his art in a library in Italy. I say, wow, this man is a real an artist, because a good friend of mine say an artist speak about him. A great artist speak about me. So is true. When you see real art that is very deep, you can feel. You can feel it. And always I try to do my best in my work too. I don't know if I always have success in this, but I try to do.
No, it is great. And you talked about how you're illustrating covers and stuff. I've been asking this to every artist I've been able to speak to this weekend because I find it very interesting because everyone's going to give a different answer. What do you think goes into a good cover for you, especially since primarily that's what you're doing. So you're doing so many of them. And,
many covers.
So many of us love them, and the aftermarket, they go crazy.
I answer to you with a sentence that is not mine, but it's from Norman Rockwell. Because one time, 10 years maybe or less ago, I went in an exhibition in Rome was only on Norman Rockwell art, and the guide, the girls that I follow her for during the exhibition. I was very stupid because I read a lot of books on these artists. So always we think we know everything, especially the man.
Yeah.
No women. Man thinks always, yes, I do it better.
Yeah.
I know everything, and so I was hearing her, but without attention. And but at the end of the exhibition, she said something that broke my brain. I say, during one of the last interviews he answered to the interviewer, and that he asked him why people love so much your art. And he answered, when you love something so much, the people loves in a different way, but love it. So is this I think the focus when you work on everything you do, every work needs this kind of, but I think in the art is very important for a good, there is no, I don't know, an adult illustration, illustration for children or something like that. There is a good illustration or bad illustration. And the focus is, what do you mean with that?
Right.
And this is, for me, this is very important. It's normal that you work in the comic industry, especially for superheroes. You can't every time do a thinking about I don't know for a Spider-Man cover.
Like a twit.
Yes, but sometimes the covers, the more beautiful covers for me and by me are, for example, there is I remember one, especially one because I did after this Norman Rockwell exhibition, because before some days before I declined. I say no, I'm not interested in a cover for Mary Jane and Peter.
Okay.
Mary Jane and Peter Parker. I say no, I don't mind. After the exhibition, I was so inspired that I write back to the editor and say, no, I have a good idea. I think I could do something good. Say, okay, there is chance, okay. And I did one of my best cover for me. And this is the Mary Jane at the window. And back here, there is on the wall, there is a Spider-Man. But the American version is not like the original version, I thought, because the original version is Spider-Man is in the shadow, only with hand on light, close the hand of hair, and there are a lot of symbolism. A lot of message, a little bit. He's a protector of the city, of the town, but he can't live a normal life with his wife. But I love that art.
Yeah, for sure. You're telling a story within the cover. Yeah,
because this is the job of illustrator. Not comic art. Comic art is I don't know, show to the people a story. Step by step, page after page. The illustrator needs to tell a story with one image, one picture.
Yes.
It's difficult, but for me it's more easy than do a comics.
Yes. So that kind of leads into another question I have as far as doing covers. So when you, let's say Batman, just an example, you do a Batman cover, right? Do you kind of brainstorm? You can have 3 different ideas. You try a lot. Like, what is your process in that? Like, DC's like, we need a Batman cover with Catwoman, right?
I wear Batman suit. No, I go around in the home. I'm Batman. Every mirror, I'm Batman. No,
that's the key.
Yes, my wife says stop. Okay, no. No, the process is very similar about. Usually the cover and the works I do, I try an inspiration from what I have around me. so I can check the web, or I can go with my car on the street, I don't know, or maybe speak with a friend.
Right.
A lot of times I have inspiration about spend time with friends.
Right.
So, and after that I try to find some references, interesting references that give me something different, feeling about all 100 cover about Batman that I see, I just saw, okay? And I put, my wife always say, you are not working, please help me. No, I'm working. And what I'm archiving,
no, that's
yeah, but it's a little bit strange because in effect,
50-50.
yes, 50-50. But after that, I try to put together the inspiration and the references and try to do a very fast layout. If it's work, I try to do it and I send to my editor.
Right.
And I have a different process from other artists, colleagues and friends. Usually I send just one layout.
Yeah.
Usually my friends, my colleagues, they say, okay, I sent 3 or 4, so they decide. But I try to do this at the beginning, and always the editor choose the worst layout. So I hate work on the worst layout. I say, no, okay, I send one layout and say, if you don't like it, I try to do something different, but another one. Because for me, it's important the focus on that image. So if I have to send you just 2 or 3 just for fun, like this, doesn't work for me.
Okay.
Okay. And after I paint it and I send when it's finished. And always 99% is okay.
That's awesome. So you kind of touched on it a little bit. So, you were joking around saying I'm working, I'm filing stuff. So I know for me in the work I do, when I come up with ideas, I'll throw notes down in my phone, iPad or something like that. Do you have like an archive if you were to get, Spider-Woman tomorrow, that you're like, oh, I have a Spider-Woman idea. So you're going, okay, no?
It's a chaos. It's a real chaos. What do you want to show you? My phone, I can show, but just for you, because we are friends for a long time. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
This is all references from web, from picture, but it's definitely a chaos. And I remember a good friend of mine is a graphic designer. I asked him to put together all my art from '98 until 2016, and I give him my hard disks.
Right.
Okay. After 1 month, I never heard him and never more. I say, sorry, but everything is okay. I'm trying to understand if you are a serial killer. Why? Because I don't want be in your brain if it is similar as your disk, you are really in trouble. Because yes, always I say, yes, I remember I have to write the right references for this cover. Okay, I'm trying to find and never find it. So after, when I never, I don't need it anymore, I find it. And so now in the last years, I'm trying to do an archive, more regular archive. But for me, it's difficult because it's more emotional. It's a real. I find something I like and I record and say, okay, I archive, but sometimes I'm not so good.
Do you find yourself in just everyday life, like inspirational hit you? Like you'll walk out of here, you see a couple or someone doing something like,
yes,
that could be awesome. Okay.
A lot of times.
No,
yeah.
okay.
And I have I think all creative people, all artists, or I don't know, actors, directors, what musicians. Has a different kind of view of life. For example, when I go to the cinema, to the theater for look at a movie, or watch a movie, I remember when I was kid in Italy there was this way of things that you pay the ticket and you could stay for three times inside the room to see the movie. So I remember for Roger Rabbit. I remember I was very young. I remember I paid and I watched 3 times in the same day, because the first time I saw the lights and the effects and the composition, and I say, I don't understand the story. I have to watch again.
So you were very analytical, even at, like really looking into it, even as
I a little bit. It's strange. When I have an inspiration, I have like the new theater with screen.
Like those big IMAX.
Big IMAX. And in my head is like this. I imagine the picture that inspiration give me in my head like this, and say, okay, could be a good illustration. But I have to put something immediately, because my brain is too fast, so I can't forget it.
No, that's super interesting, because you hear iconic composers and stuff. They'll see things in colors and they'll put it to music. So in that way, an artistic brain kind of you think of it in that way. Just obviously not music, but still art.
Yeah. For example, now I had a long trip to arrive here, 12 hours, and on the plane, and I saw too much movies. My eyes are a little bit crude. I saw Monkey Man by David Patel. It's a very good movie. It's very violent, too much. Okay, I'm getting old, so for me now it's too much. But it's I stopped a lot of times and take screenshots. Because it was very interesting. It was good photographies and was incredible. So I usually work in this way. Yes.
So you started in, you were saying 98 is when you
98.
98. Okay, so we've, technology changes so much since then. So what tools and what is your workflow kind of like now versus 98? Because digital is obviously very big right now. Just kind of do a run through of your particular style, what you like to use, what you don't like to use.
Okay, I start to answer about this question. Sometimes I have no social. Okay, I have just Instagram. But I post only my words, no personal lives, but it's not a judgment. Okay, no, it's for me because I'm old. But it works because usually now, for example, for works, sometimes I lose a lot of times on Instagram, and that's for achievement. And sometimes I say, I lose 1 hour. Okay,
it goes
and I stop. Okay, but last 2 or 3 years arrived this intelligence, artificial AI. Sorry. A lot of people is very worried about it. I'm worried, but I take inspiration from a meme,
the memes?
Yeah, memes in Italian meme, okay? Memes, sorry guys. And very funny, where is Matrix, and there is the fighting between Neo and the Agent Smith. And there is Agent Smith is the AI. And Matrix, and Neo is the artist. Yeah. You have to take care of your heart with love and with work every day, because this is an art period for everything. But this kind of things for artists and for creativity is dangerous if you permit it. Permitted?
Yeah, permitted.
Yeah. Why? Because if you start to use it, because it's easy, your brain is going away. Is going crazy.
Right.
No, you lose the
creativity.
the attitude to work and create something new, because artificial intelligence is not a real intelligence. It's just a copy of other things.
It's taking everything in and kind of repurposing it.
Is not. I love some art from artificial intelligence. I say, oh wow, incredible, it's cool.
Yeah.
But after you can feel that you just saw something similar, because it took art from 50s, 60s, 70s, and the images, okay? But to create something new, it needs soul, it needs brain, it needs experience of relationships with humans.
For sure.
And I don't know, maybe it's dangerous if the people start to have fear about this. You have to use, for example, last month, I lose a job, I say no, a job, because they wanted, I created an image, picture, from an idea of an artificial intelligence. And they say, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I say, you call me after 50 years, I work in the industry of illustration industries and communication industry, but this makes sense. If you want, you can ask to artificial intelligence to do it for you. I don't put my signs, my signature on
AI.
this. I say, okay, sorry, you are not the man in the right place. No, I am the right man in the right place. You are in the wrong place with the wrong man.
Yeah.
Yes, for you.
I'm not in here with you, you're in here with me.
So I use a lot of new technologies like Procreate on tablet, on iPad.
Yeah.
For example, helped me a lot for the layouts, because before I was obligated to work at the house or at a studio.
Yes.
For my layouts to create sketches. Now when I need to go with my daughter to nursery, to swimming pool,
yeah.
I wait for 1 hour in my car and I work on the layouts.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good thing. I don't lose time, and it's very. It's more fast, because before I drew on a piece of paper, after I scan it, and with Photoshop I adjusted, and after I print the layout to paint. So now there is one step. Yes, and it's very easy. So technology is good, but depends how you use it. I try sometimes to explain. People say, oh, yes, but I am a digital artist. And I have nothing against digital arts, but say, this is my original, because this is the only copy and I say, okay, stop, you say the magic word, you say a copy. Yes, it is one copy, you can sign one of one and sign, but it's a copy. The original is inside your computer, inside your laptop. It's a little bit different, a lot of different. For me, so there is a big difference. But I can understand that a lot of people, good artists that work in digital way, needs to, I don't know, to sell art, especially, and I don't know, to feel a real artist. But I say, especially to people, a real artist, not they are artists. Real. Sorry, because my English is terrible. Real come si dice, classic. Okay, classic.
Traditional.
Traditional. Okay, thanks. Traditional. So I can understand, but especially when you start to learn art, you need to work with your hands, not without computer, because there is directly, I don't know the word, legame. You have a connection,
Connection,
okay?
okay.
Between your brain, your eyes, and your hands.
It's like tangible, like.
Yes, because your brain is I don't know, works after the eyes capture the what they see,
Yeah.
okay? But in the same time, the brain has to say your hands to do the same thing the eyes are looking.
Yeah.
So it's very, very tiny time that you have to improve yourself, and when you work you have a lot of more attention when you draw with a pencil, for example, because your brain says to your hand, please don't draw, because you have to cancel after, you have to raise. With the new technologies, especially when you are young, you feeling like I have superpowers, because you have, yes, I wrong 100 lines, okay, there is no more.
Right.
Okay, and this is it's a shame for you, not for the other guys, only for you. So I think you have the equilibrium.
Right.
Okay, you need equilibrium, but and after you can choose what you want, what you like.
Right. So doing so many covers, illustrating them, do you have a favorite that you like working on? Like whenever you get a Sonic book or Spider-Man.
Characters.
Characters, yeah. What's your favorite character? And is there one that
I love a ton of characters.
What are some of your favorites to draw?
I love to draw Batman, paint Batman, Batman. Sorry, Batman is in Italian. Italians like in Batman. It's strange. Yes, Batman, and Wolverine.
Wolverine. Yeah.
Wolverine, yes. I have still thanks Mangold for the last movies of. Yes, I have to thank him. A lot of inspirations. And Hellboy.
Hellboy, that's a good one.
Yes. Three. This is my top three. Yeah.
Do you? So your Sonic cover is actually at this convention. Did you have fun doing the Sonic one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird because I love draw different kind of characters. No superheroes. For example, last year I painted some covers for Disney, for the Infinity Dime for Scrooge, and in Italy too I did a cool cover for Mickey Mouse and Goofy, and it was such. I remember in Lucca Convention, that is the most important comic convention in Italy.
Yeah.
I remember that Panini, that is the publisher, told me, amazing. We sold out every covers in 2 days.
Wow.
And we have to order to the warehouse other copies.
Oh, wow.
And I remember I signed all that books.
Oh my gosh.
So the people say, why you don't? Because I'm not a Disney artist. For me, it's not difficult, but I take care more than I draw Spider-Man or Batman, because I have to be put attention. Okay, a lot of the character design.
Yeah.
Every line for me is important. Is the same of the original.
Right.
I love the original, the classic, because I'm old.
Yeah.
So I love all. For example, superheroes. The superheroes costume, not all, but a lot of superheroes costume were perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect, simple and perfect.
That's interesting, because I wanted to ask, as far as like all the character designs you do for your Batman, your Mickey, your Spider-Man, what do you try to what do you try to do to those characters to leave your mark on it, right? Because you said traditional, but obviously, you kind of have a little spin on it. It's like, oh, that's Dell'Otto's.
That's after 30 years, I think people recognize my style.
For sure.
I always change the approaching, the work on that cover, because I know maybe that something go for young children, and but usually I as the first answer I gave you before, I love that. So I think people recognize my style because I always the same approach. I am a painter, not realistic. A lot of people sometimes put me and, for example, Alex Ross in the same sport. But Alex is another sport.
Right.
He's great, he's amazing, but he's another. I'm not so realistic. I take inspiration from reality, but after I stop to see the references, for example, and I go with what I feel. So the final result is more different than a realistic version of that. For example, for Batman.
Yeah.
I maybe last 2 years I worked a lot of more than Marvel cover on the Batman cover. So I had a chance to work on different types and different kind of images. Sometimes some vintage. For example, there is one of my favorite is Bruce Wayne in the Batcave and with a bat on his wrist.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I finished to paint it, I say, "Wow, it looks like Michael Keaton." But I didn't want that it was Michael Keaton. Maybe my inspiration, my young.
Is that your favorite Batman?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
For me, after Tim Burton, the first Tim Burton, there is Nolan. Yes, Nolan.
Nolan. Oh yeah, Nolan.
Yeah,
yes,
the trilogy of Nolan,
yeah.
especially the first one. And so maybe always is the same. I try to do a mix so people can recognize my style. I never change my style.
Yeah.
You can recognize my paintings,
yeah.
my faces, my expressions, my compositions. For example, I studied a lot thanks my master, my old master in school time, that he teach me a lot of about take care of a composition. A lot of good artists has not good compositions.
Sure.
Because it's difficult. You have to think, for me, if this marker is here or easier, is more different for you than for you.
Right.
For you is the same. For me, here, I don't like it. This is perfect. And the composition of my view.
For sure.
Okay? And so for my job is always the same. For the first thing is the composition.
So how do you decide the composition for a cover?
About what the focus should be, dovrebbe essere.
Okay.
Yeah, should be the focus.
Should be
the focus. Because every picture has got a focus, and you have to know what is the focus. Because if you don't know, you wrong the illustration. Yeah, you wrong the image. Because sometimes you can change just a little composition and you lose immediately the importance of one character or I don't know, the background is too important.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a few minutes left, but I wanted to ask, what is a character that you haven't drawn yet that you would love to draw? Okay,
I draw a lot of character. I don't think everything, but a lot.
You have a childhood favorite?
But publisher, I have a dream in my drawer. Is if I can paint a short story, because long story for me is a pain. Okay, of Hellboy. I have a good short story, 12 pages. I have to paint. I have whole story just right, and there is no chance yet. But I
One
hope
day.
in the future I would love.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
would be really
Thank you.
cool. We have 5 more minutes, so we can probably take a few questions from the audience if you don't mind, from the crowd. If we wanna, if anyone here have time for 2 or 3 questions, if not, I can
Simple
keep going.
questions.
Simple questions. I'll-
No, sorry.
Does anyone have a right here? Sorry.
What draws you to the character Hellboy?
Why do you like Hellboy? Like what?
Hellboy is red. I love red. No, I love Hellboy because, like I said before, when you see something that the artist loved, you have to love immediately. I remember the first story, short story, really few pages. I think.
It was a Comic-Con convention exclusive, I believe. It was his first appearance with them. Yeah.
Yeah, but I read when I was young, in the 90s. I read the first time I was, I think 3 or 4 page story where there is a Hellboy in a desert with I have known the name, the fuel station, okay? And there is a little dog, and in 2 minutes this little dog transformed in a big Anubi, okay? And he fight, but it's very stupid and short story. I say, wow, it's amazing. What is this? And I tried to find more, and after I discovered the Hellboy, I say, wow, this man, because I knew Mignola from Cosmic Odyssey, and other arts, but he changed his style in few years and arrived to draw Hellboy in the perfect time. He became Mignola, real Mignola, what we love now. So I love the Grey Mouse and Farford in the same mood, but it's something really different. So I like Hellboy because when I was child, I loved the character. I say, like I said before, I can do it better. No, it's not true. I could do it in my way, and I would try to do. Okay.
Anyone else?
Yes.
Your work's beautiful. How do you find a way to give enough of the story to tell it, but not too much to tell the whole thing?
No, I don't understand the last part.
Come fa?
You tell
One moment, we have a translator. Ok. Ma lo potevi di prima, le posso acciaccate. Mi ha fatto sudare, mi hai fatto. Vai.
Come fai a dire su una copertina, come fai a dire abbastanza della storia ma non troppo della storia stessa?
Okay, this is usually the publisher tell me what they want, and they want always the same thing. Say, do you have any suggestion for me? Yes, an iconic shot. This is the iconic shot of Wolverine, an iconic shot of Thor, an iconic shot of Daredevil. I say, okay, more? Yes, an iconic shot under the rain. Okay. But no, sometimes they tell me if there is, for example, Scrooge. Okay, Scrooge, I received part of the history, the stories, and they explain me what happened in the story. For me, it was really important. That picture, I love that. I keep the original for me, my private collection, because I think it's perfect. I love Infinity War and Game. So when they say me that there is this kind of a story where Scrooge go in the different universe, across the universe with the circle, the fire circle, say, no, I have the idea. I took an original shot from Barks, where there is Scrooge on the sofa, and but he was in a room with a window behind him with the snow, and I erased everything. Just I left the sofa. I draw with my style Scrooge, but it's very classic. I try to do the original Scrooge, and I did the fire circle of the multiverse, and for me was the perfect mix, the perfect synthesis, riassunto. Synthesis.
Synergy.
You have to improve yourself.
Synergy?
Okay.
No,
Not synergy. Is
the perfect recap, the perfect,
Yeah.
just enough.
Oh, okay. Perfect amount.
a picture that can tell you what's happened in the comics, but not too much.
Okay.
Okay, there is a evil Scrooge that won't keep all number one dollars in across the universe and use the multiverse. It was the perfect. It's difficult to explain for me in this year. Step by step is not always so easy. Sometimes I need more time to think about it. But I love. This is my favorite part of the work. Think about the idea, especially in the last 10 years, because I'm getting old, so I'm more. Come si dice saggio?
Sage.
Sage. Sure.
No.
No,
sage,
like Gandalf. Okay.
We are.
Wise, bravo, bravissimo. Not annoyed you with my awful English. I
No,
hope you understand
no.
what I
It
say.
was great.
Okay.
Give a round of applause.
Thank you for your love. Thank you. Really.
What booth are
I
you at?
appreciate it.
What booth are you at? What booth
I
are you
at the Daniel Scott Collectibles booth and the Artist Alley.
Go find him, get Siggy's, get books.
Okay. Thank you to everybody.